Finding an apartment in New York City is getting even harder, and if you're looking for something affordable, it's near impossible right now.
Yeah, affordable. What's that? Well, some people are wondering why it's so hard to get an apartment these days, especially since many people left the city during the pandemic. So joining us now to shed some light on this subject is Jared Randolph, the CEO and founder of Real Estate Literacy Blueprint. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
All right, let's jump right in and talk about why is it so hard to find an apartment, and is it about supply and demand?
We've been constrained with inventory for over 50 years in New York City, and demand has always outweighed the supply. If we looked at Manhattan alone, there's about 250,000 units, which are owner occupied, and 600,000, they're all renters. That's servicing 1.6 million people. That's roughly 2 people per small studio apartment in New York City. So that demand has always outweighed the supply.
All right, so if we're looking at that and somebody wants to know what to do, what is a viable solution for that?
That is a great question. I've worked with buyers, sellers, investors for over 20 years, coaching them on how to get a leg up and find off-market deals. And there's 3 key things that you can do as someone who's a tenant, even a buyer when looking for a property. Number 1, you want to be proactive. Knock on doors. Go to sales offices. Go to leasing offices. Tell them that you're interested in the neighborhood and the building. They'll put you on list, so they'll call you when properties are available and not put it on the open market. Number 2, you want to focus on getting your financials in order. Have your bank statements ready. Have your pay stubs ready. If you have investment accounts, show them your investment accounts. Or if you're a renter and have a guarantor, they should be ready to move with their information as well. And third, and most important, show your personality. Sell yourself. You send them a bio. Show them a resume. Give them references that are professional or personal references. If you got a cat, give me the cat's photo with the cat's name. Things like that are going to help you stand out.
So talk a little bit about, you said there's always been a demand for housing, especially for renters. Is there any possibility of there being areas to rebuild or build more housing?
The problem that we have in New York City within the 5 boroughs is we need to add over 340,000 apartments just to satiate the demand.
Wow.
We're living in confined spaces, and as we know, the land masses are very confined. So there's just not enough room for us to be able to build this amount of properties anytime soon.
So let me ask you a question. I know you can't predict the future, but what do you think is going to happen months or years from now? Will the real estate market still be super competitive like what we're seeing, or do you think it's going to just ease up a little bit and get a little bit easier to find housing in the city?
If I could predict the future, I'd be on my yacht somewhere.
I was going to say, all right, just whisper it to us.
So we live in the epicenter of finance, art, culture. New York is an incredible and great city to live in, and people want to be here. We've seen a lot of people come back after leaving during COVID, and we've seen a younger generation move into the city at higher rates than we've ever seen in the past. So we know that demand is outweighing supply. There's no way to satiate that need. It's not going to get any easier. So take my 3 points, and you're going to be able to find a beautiful place to live in New York City.
Wow. Well, Jared, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your insight.
Thank you.
All right, for more information on real estate in the city, visit JaredGuyRandolph.com or follow him on Instagram at Jared_Guy.